Buffer my muffin.
It's really warm.
It's really warm.
It's a really warm.
It's a really warm.
Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm panting like a dog.
Is that your wrestling name?
Yeah.
Panting like dog.
Panted like dogs. My new band's name. Panting like a dog.
No, our new band's name is Buffwood.
Buffwood!
Buffwood!
It's warm. It's warm. It's now 20 to 1, so we're approaching sort of peak temperature in this room. So if you want to sort of, you know, experience what it's like to be in this room now, set your oven at sort of about, I don't know, 40 or 50 degrees centigrade, something like that, and then sit inside it and try and talk about guitars. That's lovely. Thanks, Rob. Who are you and why are we here? Have you done that bit already?
I have said that I'm Rob Chappers.
You are, yes.
Did you mention your name?
No, I said I'm the captain.
Just for the record, that is the captain from Andertons.co.uk.
Suffering from sunstroke.
And today we've got Strymon.
We are demonstrating the latest release from Strymon called the Strymon Dig, which is a dual digital delay, which they say is sort of inspired by the 1980s. So, and I must admit, if you are like me and like Rob, you know, a child of the 70s who perhaps had their teenage formative years during the 80s, yes. It's fun to go and watch the official Strymon Dig video because it's kind of it's an original piece of music by a band, but it's very much kind of, it took me back to that sort of not electro pop, but kind of where guitars were used in quite a poppy kind of, you know, lots of keyboard players and guitar players playing in bands. It reminded me of like sort of Nick Kershaw kind of, and I just thought,
I used to love me a bit of Nick Kershaw.
Yeah, for some reason at the time it felt incredibly embarrassing to like some of those bands, but actually looking back I just kind of go, there was some good music.
Yeah,
There's some good music from there.
I think Dig is, it stands for Do It Girl! It's probably what it stands for.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, let's give you a quick rundown of the rig that we're using. So Rob has
I've got a Vela from PRS,
which we like, which we've just reviewed
beautiful.
Before this one. Really like that. Now we are absolutely taking advantage of something that many of you may not be able to do out there, but if you can't, you really should. And we're using a 2-amp setup with this delay pedal,
which is what John Petrucci said was the #1 tip he would give any guitar player to sound better is use 2 amps in a stereo rig.
I must admit, I think that would be my #2 tip. #1 tip would be learn good vibrato. #2 tip would be use 2 guitar amps because it does sound fabulous.
Petrucci versus Lee.
I'm sure Petrucci. His second tip would probably be vibrato. So we're probably anyway.
He's got 2 tips.
You don't hear the off-camera giggle from our mature audio man outside.
Mature Massad.
Mature Massad.
So I show them how it works then. You got a ping pong set up, have you?
No, I haven't yet. So we're going into the
Wait,
V30
I dropped my really nice
V40.
pick. Let me get my nice pick.
So why is the Dig a little bit different? So first of all, it has, oh, we've even got a stormtrooper. He's not a stormtrooper, is he? What do you call these?
Hello. I'm not a stormtrooper. I'm just a naughty boy.
I'm absolutely ashamed to say that I can't remember what they're called.
What do you call them?
They're in the AT-AT walkers in Endor in Return of the Jedi. Scout. It's a scout.
It's a scout.
Scout troop. A scout. We're gonna get absolutely ripped.
Anyway, let's go through this. So we've got 3 types of delay. We've got a 2496, which is referring to the sort of the bit rate, and so that's like a modern delay. Then we've got ADM, which I forget now, stands for, don't know actually, but it says adaptive delta modulation.
Yeah, 80s stuff.
So that is an early 80s modulation, providing snappy percussive delays. And then the other one, the 12-bit one, is a mid-80s, which gives you a slightly darker and warmer delay. So you've got your 3 basic delays, which we'll flip through. We can add modulation to the delays, 3 modes, off, light, and deep. Actually, I need a Barry White effect on my voice.
Say deep.
Deep. Anyway, and then the cool bit, and the bit that I really like about this, and what gives you all those kind of subdivided sort of notes, is you've got a second delay which is synced to the first delay, where you can essentially add all your sort of quarter notes and eighth notes. And in fact, I'll read all the different notes that you can add. You can add triplet notes, eighths, golden ratios, dotted eighths, or dotted quarters.
Golden ratio, that's interesting.
What's that? I don't even know what that means.
A golden ratio is the ratio found in nature that you find inside plants, so they get
like
spiraling
where like your foot is always the same distance
to
as
this to this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and
it's the basically you take golden ratio and apply it to anything, and it makes it beautiful. My father, Old Rabbit Russ, wrote a song that was composed around using golden ratio to create scale.
Deep undercover.
And then there's the second note is the volume of those subdivided notes. As with most Strymon, perhaps even all Strymon pedals, if you hold the two buttons down, all the buttons do other stuff as well. So we're not really going to go into that, other than the very cool thing that we are going to do at some point here is one of the options, the secondary functions on here, is to make this a ping pong delay rather than currently we have this in series delay, so both amps are echoing at the same time.
I'm also kind of liking the fact that it's unashamedly pink.
It's unashamedly pink.
Topical
yes,
with Pride coming up soon.
Pride soon, or has it been?
Very soon in my hometown.
Oh, yes, you should know, absolutely.
Yes.
So the two buttons, one turns it on and off, and the other is a tap delay. So
Let me play some chords where you play around and tell them what's going on then.
So when I'm first playing around, then I won't add in any of the subdivided notes. So we're just going to use this at first just as a standard delay pedal. So here we go. I should just say, of course, for the best effect in this video, get some headphones or listen to it on a pair of stereo speakers rather than just listening through your iPhone, because otherwise you won't get all the stereo goodness. Anyway, let's put in some of the different types of delays. That was 24. In fact, just keep playing on the 24.
That's nice. It's kind of dark. Yeah.
I should also say that I'm probably setting the mix control higher than you ever would in a live or a studio sort of sound, just purely and simply to make the echoes loud in here so that you can hear them in the demo. But that's this control here. Let's add some modulation in and see what happens. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to introduce some of the subdivided notes. So this is where you're going to get your main, you know, da, 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 and then the subdivided notes is when you hear all those kind of guitar effects where I go da 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 da, all that kind of stuff, and different variants of that. So again, I'm probably going to go a little bit over the top here in terms of how much volume we bring in, so that you can kind of hear, and it's going to need Rob to sort of probably play stuff. Now what's quite nice as well, again, is the subdivided notes are synced to the main note. So however I adjust the time difference for the main note, of course the subdivided note will just track that as well. So anyway, let's have a little listen, see what happens.
I said to Lee earlier before this demo that when you take a tune, and I know this because at the moment Dorje are recording an album, we're adding some strings to some of the tunes, and what happens is suddenly the mix sounds expensive and it sounds warm and it does this thing. And I said when we plugged into this, it had the same effect. It kind of makes everything you play sound
more expensive.
Yeah, which is a weird thing to say, but it really makes the sound more nice.
Let's at this stage, so I'm going to use one of the secondary functions here. So what I'm going to do now is going to go into the ping pong thing. So it's by holding both together, and it's this button here, and I want to be here. So
okay, so if I tap it now,
we've got the subdivided notes. So I might just turn these subdivided notes off again and just give you a straightforward ping pong, because this sounds great. So here we go. Well, I can tap it, so you want... It does sound great. I was just fiddling around again with the extra, the subdivided notes in there. I'm kind of trying to set the volume of the subdivided note less than the main note, just to give it that slightly more ambient tone rather than just sort of like over the top delay thing, but it sounds great.
A bit of that dirt then, bro.
You want a bit of dirt as well, do we?
Yeah,
you know I want to.
That's beautiful. Really, really, really nice.
It's I'm half of me kind of thinks that if you kind of got through, if you got to the point in this demo where we mentioned the word 80s and then just thought, oh, I won't like this, then I'll switch off. It's kind of like half of me kind of thinks maybe that was.
Well, I think the thing is that sometimes product designers and companies, it's a bit easier for them to pigeonhole a product as a certain genre, because then it's a bit easier to market. But really, this is just a great delay pedal.
From a time, I think, where guitar players were really using delays to really enhance their kind of tone.
Modulation.
That one.
Yeah.
That's a bit crazy over the top.
It's a bit over the top, crazy madness.
But I like it. I'm going to go golden ratio. I don't even know what any of these buttons do. I'm just doing it.
Yeah, do that, do that.
I know everybody that knows that riff is going to go, he's playing it wrong, he's playing it wrong.
No,
I don't know how.
See if you can
I'm trying to do it. I'll do my best. Hold on.
That was awesome.
And if you remember, what need now is the Miku pedal to go. Wah, 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 wah.
Nice! I always thought it was in
To be honest with you, that just, I think, goes to show, you know, if that's the sound, isn't it? It was the sort of the sound of that era.
Well, it was the sound of one guy who was brilliant.
Yeah, he was absolutely genius, wasn't he? But genius at using kind of tech. What else can I do with this pedal?
Wait, let's random set it.
Or okay, random set it, and then I've got to just do something.
Go.
It's not doing anything. It's because you turned it off. Look, the mix controls are all the way down. Unusable. That was great!
I want to random set it again. Brilliant.
I want a big Pink Floyd delay. That's what I want. It's massive, isn't it? This though just sounds huge.
Yeah, it sounds great.
So
I'd absolutely have one of mine.
Trouble is, I kind of, with a pedal like this, which sounds so great, I kind of don't really want to do the random setting thing because I just want to find amazing.
haven't asked, or I haven't asked how much it costs.
$2.49.
$2.49.
$2.49. I do apologise for sort of like the latter half of this video, because all that's actually happened in it is I've just thought, doing the video, I just want to sit playing this pedal the whole time. Beep out the word.
That's always... Yeah, beep out the word that was bad.
So, because it's just, and I must admit, I do apologise, because what we've done is we've started off with the best intentions of kind of showing you what this did, and then decided to become completely self-obsessed and just sort of just noodle around as if I was just playing at home.
It's a bit of a magic pedal, because
great.
if you bypass it and then play a chord...
Probably still sounds great, but anyway.
Sounds alright, but if you press the magic button... Suddenly it's just way more musical.
Do you know what? There's a lot to be said for this new generation. Well, I say new generation. It's probably not new, but new to me anyway. Of these really musical, big ambient reverbs and delays. So it's not about just, you know, giving.
Good for the
yourself a
shoegaze
bit,
revival.
Oh, could be, could be. Anyway.
Well, I've been Rob Chappers.
And I've been the captain.
Goodbye.
I've been the captain.
I've been Rob.
Goodbye. I've been the captain.
I've been Rob. Goodbye.
It's all British.